Chapter 8, The Story of Narayan Krishnan. Before you read, there are times when we feel that nothing in life is going right for us or that the world has been unfair to us. While some of us sit back and wallow in self-pity or look for someone to blame, there are some who are able to talk the talk and walk the walk. They are real life heroes who go on to touch the lives of many. Have you ever met someone like that? Narayan Krishnan is a man who has chosen a path which many would not have even remotely considered. Narayan Krishnan from Tamil Nadu was a bright young award-winning chef with a 5-star hotel group. After he was shortlisted for an elite job in Switzerland, he made a quick visit to his family before heading to Europe, as he was working with the Taj Hotels in Bangalore. This visit made him see things in a new perspective. While visiting his family, he saw a sight that changed his life, career and thoughts completely for good. He saw an old man eating his own body waste out of sheer hunger and starvation. He couldn't believe his eyes and rushed to a hotel to buy some food for him. When Krishnan gave him the food, he was shocked to see the man eating so fast, while tears were floating down his face out of happiness for the food received. Instead of covering his mouth with disgust passing by the man like the others, Krishnan showed human values. Soon after this incident took place somewhere in 2002, Krishnan quit his job and started feeding the elders for free. His objectives of serving the people did not end there. He founded a non-profitable organization in 2003, Akshaya Trust. It serves 3 meals a day to over 400 poor, homeless, mentally challenged and elderly people in Madurai. Because of the poverty India faces, so many mentally ill people have been left uncared for on the roadside of the city, he said. Krishnan said that the name Akshaya is a Sanskrit word for undecaying or imperishable, and was chosen to signify that human compassion should never decay or perish. The spirit of helping others must prevail forever. Also in Hindu mythology, goddess Annapurna's Akshaya bowl fed the hungry endlessly, without its resources ever getting depleted. Krishnan's day begins at 4 am. He and his team cover nearly 125 miles in a donated van, routinely working in temperatures hovering above 38 degrees Celsius. He seeks out the homeless under bridges and between the nooks and crannies of the city's temple. The hot meals he delivers are simple, tasty vegetarian food he personally prepares, packs and often hand feeds to nearly 400 needy people each day. Krishnan carries a comb, scissors and razor and is trained in 8 haircut style that, along with a fresh shave, provide extra dignity to those he serves. He says that many of the homeless seldom know their names or origins, and none have the capacity to beg, ask for help or offer thanks. They may be paranoid and hostile because of their conditions, and Krishnan says that this only steadies his resolve to offer help. The panic, suffering of the human hunger is the driving force of me and my team members of Akshaya. He said, I get this energy from the people. The food which I cook, the enjoyment which they get is the energy. I see the soul. I want to save my people. The group's operations cost about 25,000 a day, but sponsored donations only cover 22 days a month. Krishnan subsidies the shortfall with around 6,300 he receives in monthly rent from a home his grandfather gave him. Krishnan sleeps in Akshaya's modest kitchen with his few co-workers. Since investing his entire saving of 1,80,000 in 2002, He has taken no salary and subsists with the help of his once unsupportive parents. He first said they had a lot of pain because they had spent a lot on my education. Then he continued, I asked my mother, please come with me, see what I am doing. After coming back home, my mother said, you feed all those people the rest of the lifetime I am there. I will feed you. I am living for Akshaya. My parents are taking care of me. For lack of funding, the organization has been forced to halt construction on Akshaya home. Krishnan's vision of a dormitory where he can provide shelter for the people he helps. Despite the demands and few comforts his lifestyle affords, Krishnan says he's enjoying his life. Now I am feeling so comfortable and so happy. He says, I have a passion. I enjoy my work. I want to live with my people. Krishnan was a top chef during his time and he feels no regret to have left his career for a good cause that he opted for himself. He feels great satisfaction in cooking for the people of his hometown. When he waked between the option of serving guests at a 5-star hotel or feeding people of his own town, he later deemed more fulfilling, and this helped him to take a firm decision. Working abroad in one of the top hotels is a dream for all of us. Very rarely do people actually make this dream come true. However, it was his choice to pick between a satisfied role and a peaceful soul. Krishnan is a true inspiration to us all as he believes in serving people for free. He has no other objective except for loving and caring for them. The people on the streets have no hopes to live a luxurious life. All they need is a touch to show that we care. Many people often ignore them as street parasites and forget that they too have a heart that beats and a stomach with needs. While we read this story about Krishnan, he would be busy feeding meals to the needy somewhere on the streets of Madurai. His thoughts and beliefs in humanity is a great message for us all, who would rather throw food in the bin than serve it to those who need it. No rewards in the world are big enough to repay what Narayanan Krishnan is doing, but the world does recognize a hero when they see one. He was selected among the top 10 CNN heroes in 2010. His life has been turned into a movie called Ustad Hotel to help people understand his passion and thoughts. But the award he cherishes the most is the love and blessings he gets from the people he serves. That for him is the best reward. Look at I wandered lonely as a cloud. Before you read, we have all been blessed with so many things, but at times we fail to notice the bounties that have been endowed upon us. When you are feeling down and out, count all that you have, appreciate them and be grateful. We need to remember that there are many who do not have much but are still happy and contented. We must take a leaf out of their book and appreciate our surroundings and for the life we have. I wandered lonely as a cloud o'er valleys and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They scratched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. For oft, when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills, and dances with the daffodils. Summary: the speaker states that while wandering around aimlessly, he happened to see a field of daffodils beside a lake. The daffodils seemed to stretch endlessly along the shore. It also seemed as if the waves of the lake danced beside the flowers, but the daffodils outdid the water in glee. The speaker says that a poet could not help but be elated when such a sight greeted him. At that moment, when the poet saw the daffodils, he thought the pleasure of the sight before him was just momentary. But he was wrong. The sight of those flowers always filled him with the joy whenever he was in a pensive or in a lonely state.